Hi everybody, welcome to Financial Accounting. I'm Professor Quinn, and in this first part of our orientation video, I'm going to walk you through the resources and information that's available to you on Canvas. And then in part two of the orientation video, I'm going to show you how we're going to be using a website called Cengage Now throughout the semester, and that website is actually where you're going to be submitting your homework assignments and your exams. So when you first log into Canvas, you're going to be coming to this home page. So there's a lot of really useful information that you're going to need throughout the entire semester on here. So the first thing that you're going to want to do to get started in the class is go to this Read Me First section. So in this Read Me First section, I kind of give you a little bit of an overview of what is available to you on Canvas. So in the next module, you're going to be seeing a copy of the course syllabus. I also provide to you a printable calendar that has all of the due dates listed in there. So it's a great way for you to stay on track. And I also give you a detailed homework and test schedule. It shows you when the assignments become available to you, when each assignment and test is due, how many attempts you get to take on it. All of that information is going to be included in there. So I strongly recommend that you print out both of those so that it really keeps you on track throughout the semester, because it is a very short semester. You also have a variety of textbook purchasing options that I'm going to detail out to you in the next module as well. Each chapter has a module set up, so there's a variety of different resources that you're going to find in there. All of your grades are going to be posted on Canvas as well as housed in Cengage Now. And at the start of every week, I'm going to post an announcement in Canvas, kind of with just reminders of what's coming due in the upcoming week. Also, there's 2 discussion boards that are going to be available to you throughout the entire semester, and one is called Have a Question. So if you're trying to do your homework and you've used all the resources that are available to you and it's late at night, so you know I won't be able to get back to you right away, you can actually post your question here. Maybe one of your classmates who is up at 11:30 at night working on the same assignment might see you post it and might be able to help you and assist you through it. Please note that those are only for homework questions, not for test questions. Also, if you do post a question in here, also still make sure you send me an email just in case someone is unable to either answer your question or no one sees your question in time. I do want to get your questions answered, so please make sure to also send me an email. The second discussion board post that you're going to see is called Piece of Advice. And again, this is available to you throughout the entire semester. And it's a way of you sharing with your classmates your best piece of advice on how to be successful in this class. So maybe you're using a certain study tool or resource that's really helping you do well on the exams. Post that there. Whatever you feel is the best piece of advice for your classmates, let them know about it. And then also don't forget to kind of pop in and look at what your classmates have posted periodically, because there might be a study tool or a resource that you forgot about, because there's a lot of them that someone's suggesting, and it might prompt you then to kind of go and use that one. So there are 7 important tasks that you need to do to get started in this course. So first and foremost, you're going to watch both of these orientation videos. They're very important to get through because I do provide you a lot of information on how to use both of these websites. So please make sure you're watching both of them. We're going to go through the syllabus a little bit in this orientation video, but make sure you read through the entire syllabus so you know about all of the course policies, due dates, all of those things are included in there. You're then going to sign and date what is called the syllabus agreement form and submit it to me. This is actually your first graded homework assignment, so please make sure you get that done. And again, you're going to want to print out that calendar and that detailed homework and test schedule so it helps you stay on track. It is vital that you stay on track in this class because every assignment is a prerequisite for the next assignment, so you don't want to be missing assignments. You're also going to introduce yourself to your classmates using the discussion link on the left-hand side. And this is also a graded homework assignment, and you want to respond to at least 2 of your classmates' introductions. You're then going to go to the Cengage Now module and follow the instructions to get registered into our course. Cengage Now is a requirement for this course. Again, this is where you're going to submit your homework assignments and exams. And then you have to complete the first 2 assignments in Cengage Now. So just going to give you a little bit of an online class overview if you've never taken an online class before. What an online class is not, it's not easier, it's not less work. For a summer class, it's not a class that's going to cover less than what we cover in the same class in a fall or spring semester. So we have 8 weeks this semester, and we're going to be covering the same amount of material that we would cover in a 15-week course. So it is accelerated. So you have to make sure, again, to be making sure you stay on track. And it's not a class that doesn't have deadlines. You definitely do have deadlines that you're going to have to meet every week. What an online class is that it's convenient for you, that you don't actually have to come in and attend class during the summer. It's flexible in the fact that you can select days and times that work best for your schedule during the summer to actually work on the homework assignments and do the exams. You're still connected to me as your faculty member, so if you have questions, you're struggling with anything, get in touch with me. I'm happy to walk you through anything that you're having difficulties with. And it is a class, so you still have to put in the time and the effort just as like you would if you were coming in for a face-to-face class during the fall or spring semester. So down here, you're going to find the syllabus, that printable calendar, and that detailed homework and test schedule. And again, we're going to go over those three in a minute. And here is where you find that syllabus agreement form. So you're going to click on this and you're going to find the directions on how to upload that syllabus agreement form to me. So you'll see that you have a printable calendar that includes all of the due dates for every chapter's worth of assignments and all of your exams. So it's a great thing to, again, have printed out, hang it up somewhere so that you make sure you do not miss any of your assignments. You're also provided with a detailed homework and test schedule. And at the top of this schedule, I provide you some wonderful reminders. So please make sure to read through all of this information. It's there for a reason. And then I list out all of the assignments that you have, when they become available to you, when they are due, the number of attempts that you get, and if you have to have a certain score on an assignment in order to get to the next one. All of your homework assignments, you have to receive a 72.5% or better as an overall score in order to move on to the next assignment. You also need a 72.5% or better on the assignment that is before an exam, before the exam will become open to you. So for example, when you complete the Chapter 2 homework assignment Part 3 with a 72.5% or better, test number 1 will become available to you, as well as the Chapter 3 lecture assignment Part 1. So my email address is at the top, definitely the easiest way to get in touch with me. So if you have questions, I try to get back to students within a 24-hour period. Please note that my middle initial is included in that email address. So if you haven't heard from me within 24 hours, please double check your sent folder and make sure that you have the proper email address included. So your textbook we'll get into in a little bit more detail in a minute and the options that you have. Again, Cengage Now is a requirement for this course. So your homework assignments that you're going to be completing are going to count for 30% of your overall grade. Again, you have to receive a 72.5% or better on each one in order for the next one to become available. You are allowed to take what I call lecture assignments twice, and you are allowed to take homework assignments up to 3 times. And the highest grade you receive for each assignment will count for you as your grade in this course. But please note that only attempts that are submitted by the due date and time will count towards your final grade. So if you have an assignment that's due on Sunday and you take it for the second time on Monday and get a better grade, that better grade is not going to count because the assignment was due on Sunday. It is your responsibility to manage your time properly to make sure all of your assignments are being submitted on time. However, I do know that things can come up, so I allow each student to have an extension on 2 assignments during the semester. This does not apply to the exams, and it's only for 1 assignment each. So for example, the Chapter 2 homework assignment Part 1. And it does not relate to an entire chapter's worth of assignments. So please be aware of that. 2 extensions are for 2 individual assignments. And that extension will give you an additional 24 hours to complete the assignment and receive credit for it. It is going to be vital for you to be doing your homework assignments in this class in order for you to understand the material. So please make sure, again, you are staying on track. If you submit an assignment late, meaning you do not submit it by the due date and time, and you did not request an extension, you will not receive credit for that assignment, but you're still going to have to complete the assignment with an overall grade of a 72.5% or better in order to move on to the next one. So either way, you're going to have to do the work. So it's up to you whether you get credit for it or you don't. So again, use those 2 other documents that I've provided to you, the calendar and that detailed schedule, to stay on track. The other 70% of your grade is going to be based on 4 exams. They're on 2 chapters at a time. The due dates for those are listed here. For the 70%, I do your tests on a sliding scale. So your highest test grade counts for 25% of your final grade. Your lowest counts for 10%, and the 2 in the middle count for 15 and 20% based on your score. I typically do not give makeup exams. So if there is something that is preventing you from taking the test on the schedule by the scheduled date and time, please get in touch with me as soon as possible, and I will consider giving you an extension or a makeup exam. But if you wait too many days, too much time has passed, it will be in fact too late for that. So again, please be aware of those. It's a completely online class, so you need to make sure that, again, you're paying attention to those due dates and times. I do not give extra credit assignments at all, so that means I do not offer them at the beginning of the semester, the end of the semester, after you get your final grade and you don't like it. That doesn't happen. So really use that 30% of your homework. See it as extra credit. I'm giving you 30% of your grade to positively affect, and you get to decide essentially whether it's going to be an A or an F. Remember, you can take it more than once. So if you get a 75 on the first attempt, that will open up the next assignment. But if you don't want the 75 to count for your grade, take it again. And if you get an 85 on the second attempt, that is what's going to count for your grade in this class. So again, that 30% is solely in your hands of you deciding what that average is going to be at the end of the semester. In this class, all of the material that you are learning is going to build on the previous chapter's material. So if you're struggling in the beginning, please do not wait to the middle of the semester to ask for help, because it's already going to be too late. So the earlier you can get help, the better. And again, use all the resources that are available to you on both Canvas and Cengage Now to really help you through. When you're sending emails, please make sure you're using your LaSalle email account. And also please make sure you're using proper grammar in English. So capitalization, punctuation, no text message language. So please make sure you're proofreading before you actually send me your email. And I do read and respond to emails Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. And I, again, try to get back within 24 hours. So back here, once you go through the syllabus and print out these 2 schedules, again, you're going to go through and follow the directions for the syllabus agreement form. Here is where you're going to find the Cengage Now instructions and overview. So what Cengage Now is, it's an online manager that is going to allow you to submit your homework assignments. It's going to allow you to take your exams, and there's a lot of wonderful resources that are built in. So in terms of textbook purchasing options, you can buy the package at the bookstore, which will give you the loose leaf version of the textbook as well as a Cengage Now access code. You can buy just the Cengage Now access code at the bookstore. You can also buy the Cengage Now access code right through the instructions that you're going to see here. So if you don't want to go to the bookstore, you can do it right through here online. It's virtually the same price. If you only want to buy the Cengage Now access code, which is your cheaper option, you're more than welcome to do that. And it does come with the full ebook. So if you don't feel like you need to have a hard copy of the ebook, of the textbook rather, you can use this cheaper option and just buy the Cengage Now access. When you come in here, you're going to follow the instructions to get logged into Cengage Now. So you're going to do that by clicking on this link, and it's going to prompt you to, in fact, create an account for Cengage Now if you've never created one before. If you already have a Cengage Now account, you're just going to log in like you've always logged in before, same username and password. You're then going to be asked to either enter an access code, which again is one that would either be packaged with your textbook if you bought it at the bookstore, or if you bought an access code at the bookstore, you'd enter it here. You can purchase that access code right here through Cengage Now. And again, I think it's even a little bit cheaper than the bookstore. Or if you're unsure about which option you want to choose, you can actually register to do a free trial. So you get 7 days free access to Cengage Now, which gives you access to all of our course material and the ebook and all of the study tools. But any of these options are up to you. If you're trying to find a cheaper access code online, please email it to me before you purchase it. There's a lot of different variations of Cengage Now access codes, and several of them will not work with our course. So I don't want you spending money and then finding out that you can't, in fact, use it in our class. So just email me first, send me the website that and a link in the email, and I'll take a look at it for you and let you know. But all of your options for purchasing the textbook and the required access code are included here. Below that, you are going to see all of the chapters that we are going to be covering this semester, and each one has a module. So for example, in chapter 2, every chapter has a PowerPoint presentation. There's a study guide, so it's a little mini quiz that you can take for yourself to see how well you're doing with the information, and then the solution is provided for you as well. You'll see documents like this one where I have actually given you some important reminders dealing with a given topic or topics, in this case talking about debits and credits. And then down here where you see these chain links, these are links to YouTube videos where I actually walk you through how to properly, in this case, put together journal entries, or journalizing and doing posting, or up here, financial statements. So if you're having some difficulty, this is a wonderful resource for you to come in here, click on one of these links, print out these important reminders that I give you. And again, I will walk you through how to do certain exercises that are similar to those that are in your textbook. Also that you'll see here is where to find information and resources. Canvas versus Cengage now. So again, I told you there's a lot of resources available to you between these two sites. So if you're wondering which has what, I've kind of broken it down for you here. So there's a lot of information on both that are really going to help you throughout the semester. So again, make sure you've printed out that calendar and that detailed homework and test schedule, because that is going to keep you on track. Over here under announcements, again at the start of every week, which will be on Monday, I will post an announcement of what is due in that upcoming week. And in here again, you'll find those discussions. The 2 that are available throughout the entire semester, have a question and a piece of advice. And here's where you'll introduce yourself to your classmates. Again, in part 2 of this orientation videos, I will now walk you through how we deal with Cengage Now.